Okay, we're having a look at When I Come Around by Green Day. Hopefully we can hear that pretty good. And we have what are called power chords, a whole lot of power chords in this song, and then some other chords that are bigger than power chords have more notes, but a power chord is generally 2 or sometimes 3 notes on adjacent strings that are a fifth or a fourth apart. And I can explain all that with music theory, but you get really bored. They sound like this. They're in a lot of songs, but this one has 2 main riffs and a lot of power chords. It's a G power chord. You can use 3 fingers like this or 2 fingers like that. They sound very similar. G power chord, D power chord, E power chord, and a C power chord. And you can kind of hear the song coming together. Right, that's the main riff that they do over and over again for most of the song. So let's study that first. Get our G power chord, string 6 fret 3, string 5, fret 5, and if you want to add with your pinky, string 4 fret 5. When you add the pinky, you're doubling the root, which is a G. That's also a G, and this one is a D. Now in the beginning, you see these little X's. You're just touching, not pressing down. See, if I press down, I get that. But if I don't press down, I get that sound. I'm just gently touching the strings, so you get that. That's what those X's mean. It's called a mute. There's 2 little ones before you start. Let's do the so after you do the 2 mutes, you do the power chord, or the little chord, that's the 3 means string 6 fret 3 and a 5 means string 5 fret 5. And the rhythm is that 1, 2, 3, pair, 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 apple. And you do the same rhythm on the D power chord. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and or pair, 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 apple. Then you move up to the E power chord. You have a bigger chord there, E minor. And then down to a C. It's like a C major. But if your hand can't do that with 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 5, and 2, 5, if that's not possible, that big chord there, then just do a power chord there like this, and it'll sound like, oops. It sounds just like the song still. It sounds nicer if you can add all those notes. Okay, so let's examine some of this stuff closer. You got your G power chord. Now, see, sometimes in the power chord, they add a note, so you have 3 notes in a power chord to add emphasis on the, so 1, 2, 3, that one gets a little emphasis and then gets a little emphasis. So the third one, they add an extra note to your power chord to give it a little extra emphasis there. And then in the E minor power chord, which is, 5, 7, 4, 9, and 3, 9, and then you add your second finger on string 2 fret 8. And that third one on the E minor, after the big chord, with your second finger, you're barely getting it. Is it slow motion? It's more of a mute than it is a full chord. So I'm getting that sound in between before I shift down to the 3rd fret and get that chord. So put it together nice and slow. Oops, I missed it. Okay, so now the reason I'm not playing along with the video as I normally would is because they do what's called tune down in this song. So if you look at the top, under the title it says D sharp, G sharp, C sharp, blah, blah, blah for tuning. That's not regular tuning. That's tuning down a half step is what that's called. And it's a real pain, and it doesn't sound good when I play along with the recording because I'm playing in a different key. So I didn't want to tune down for this. I have to teach lessons in a few minutes, so I'm just playing it without the recording. And this song is simple enough and repetitive enough that we don't need to do we don't need to play along with recording. Okay, so let's review. Here's your mute. Remember, you're gently touching all the strings to get that sound. I'm using a pick too, by the way, but we'll go over that in your lesson. G power chord, D power chord, D is in dynamite, E power chord, E minor with the middle finger, C major, or if you just do the power chord, it's like that, or C major with the string 2 fret 5, that note. All right, so there's that riff that you do like 85,000 times in a row. And before you get to the bridge, oh no, the bridge is the same, never mind. Before you get to the chorus, which is this. Then back to... Okay, so the bridge is going to be way, way easier than the rest of the song. I use one finger to hold down, I'm sorry, not the bridge, the chorus, my bad. This is the chorus at measure 48. Open string 5, string 4 fret 2, and string 3 fret 2. You do that 7 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But on the eighth note, you do a B power chord. So the A power chord, this one with open string 5, string 4 fret 2, string 3 fret 2, which I hold down with the one finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then your B power chord on the eighth note, 5, 2, 4, 4, 3, 4. And right up to the C power chord, which you do 7 times. 5, 6, 7. Then back to the B power chord on the eighth note. Then to the A power chord, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On the 8th one, the B power chord. And then on the C power chord, a slightly different rhythm. Bum, ba. Instead of the 8th note pattern, you have a quarter note pattern. Bum, ba. And they stop short before they go into... Okay, there's only 2 parts to the song, that's it. The main riff and the chorus, which we just went over, that's it. So, if you have questions though, you can email me or text me anytime, and we'll hook you up with a solution to whatever trouble you're having. Oh, by the way, the PM thing means palm mute. PM, palm mute. It's this sound. You take the side of your right hand and you're very gentle. Don't press hard. Gently just let it rest on the strings up by the bridge of the guitar. This is the bridge. And you get this sound instead of that sound. You get that sound, which is very handy for rock, metal, that kind of pop even. That sound happens a lot. You're gonna have to move you don't want that sound. You're gonna have to move your hand around. You don't want that sound. You want that sound. You kind of hear it's a muted note. It's not like that where you don't hear any note at all, or like this where you totally hear the note. It's a muffled note or muted. So they use that in this song a lot. Right there. Then you release the mute to get the full sound with those 2 chords. Then back to the palm mute. Then you release the palm mute. And what about the chorus? Let's see it, measure 48. No palm mute, just a big open sound. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, So have fun with When I'm Not Around, and we will see you next time. Thanks a lot for watching.